To honor those who have served, Navy Band Great Lakes will conclude today's concert with the performance of the Armed Forces Medley. As your service song is played, please stand to recognize your service or your family's service to our country. United States Army. United States Marine Corps. United States Air Force. United States Coast Guard. United States Navy. The drum major for today's concert is musician first class Aaron Deaton, and conducting Navy Band Great Lakes is Chief Musician Audra Ratliff. Another acknowledgement, please, for their outstanding performance this morning. The parade of graduates is underway and will arrive at Midway Ceremonial Hall in just a few moments. Please make sure that all personal items are clear of the aisles and the drill deck. Guests in the balcony are reminded that standing along the rail is prohibited for the remainder of the ceremony. We know that your sailors will have many wonderful and amazing stories for you about their boot camp experience. However, at this time, we offer some video evidence that reveals our side of the story.
Good morning, and welcome to Recruit Training Command and today's graduation. We are very excited to have all the family and friends of our sailors both here and online. You are about to watch the formal transition from recruit to full-fledged sailor in the world's greatest and most powerful Navy. As we honor the accomplishments of America's best and brightest, we must also honor the family and friends of these new sailors. Without you and your steadfast support and devotion, this day would not be possible. Throughout our nation's history, the secret to our military success has always been the military families that stand the watch at home and always support their sailors. The Department of Defense has made the determination that the men and women graduating today have what it takes, and that's thanks to you. So on behalf of the United States Navy, thank you, and welcome to the Navy family. This celebration is not just for our graduates, but for you as well. Take special pride in what your sailor has accomplished and the tremendous journey they are about to embark on. They are our future. Thank you again for your support and all you do to help keep America safe and strong. Enjoy the ceremony, and again, welcome to our Navy family.
As the parade of graduates approaches, we salute the states and territories whose sons and daughters will graduate today.
Delaware,
Pennsylvania, New Jersey,
Georgia,
Connecticut, Massachusetts,
Maryland,
South Carolina,
New Hampshire,
Virginia, New York,
North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont,
Kentucky, Tennessee,
Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana,
Mississippi,
Illinois,
Alabama, Maine,
Missouri,
Arkansas, Michigan,
Florida, Texas,
Iowa, Wisconsin,
California, Minnesota,
Oregon, Kansas,
West Virginia, Nevada,
Nebraska,
Colorado, North Dakota,
South Dakota,
Montana,
Washington,
Idaho,
Wyoming, Utah,
Oklahoma,
New Mexico, Arizona,
Alaska,
Hawaii, District of Columbia,
Puerto Rico,
Guam,
American Samoa,
Northern Mariana Islands,
Virgin Islands,
state flags, order, arms. And now we invite you to join the staff of Recruit Training Command in welcoming the graduating divisions with your applause as they enter Midway Ceremonial Hall and are announced in the following order.
Please welcome Division 205. Division 206. Division 207. Division 208. Today's graduating performing unit is Division 928. Division 928 provides the arrival honor staff, honor guard, the recruit review commander, adjutant, and graduates who provide support assignments for today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Thank you. Divisions. Right, face. Section leaders, fall out and collect outer garments. Divisions. Counter. March. Divisions, halt.
Prepare for review. At a normal interval, just left, just. Ready, front, left, face. At close interval, just right, just. Ready, front, right, face. Parade, rest.
May I have your attention, please? For the remainder of the review, no one will be permitted to pass in front of the review stand, and we ask this as a courtesy to our reviewing officer. Photography is certainly encouraged, but we ask you to remain seated and off the drill deck. The photographers you will see on deck throughout the review are the official photographers of Recruit Training Command. Division commanders, left or right face. Parade, rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm Lieutenant Simon Bennett, Recruit Training Command's Drill Division Officer. I would like to welcome you to today's pass and review. Today you will see 5 divisions comprised of 374 sailors participate in their graduation ceremony and soon join the most powerful Navy in the world. Please draw your attention to the unit positioned at center deck. There is the review commander and staff. The review commander is responsible for conducting the graduation ceremony. Today's review commander is Seaman Samson Ambrose Kahabai from Honolulu, Hawaii. Let's give him a hand, folks. Performing today is the Triple Threat Unit on their 6th week of training, State Flags Unit on their 7th week of training, and Staff Unit on their 8th and final week of training. These units are comprised entirely of recruits. During their night of arrival, all recruits are placed into divisions of 88 personnel and assigned their division commanders. Recruit division commanders form the backbone of recruit training and are the key individuals in the life of every recruit. Division commanders must serve as counselors, disciplinarians, administrators, and military leaders. Above all, they must show themselves as outstanding examples of military bearing, appearance, attitude, and behavior. Each division also has a recruit chief petty officer. This is a senior recruit who supervises the divisional staff positions and leads the division in the absence of their division commanders. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the graduating divisions, their division commanders, and recruit chief petty officers. As I introduce each division, they will raise the competitive flags they've earned throughout their training. As I introduce each recruit chief petty officer, the flag representing their home state will also be raised. Please hold your applause until all introductions have been completed. I will be starting from their right. Division 205. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class Shante Farley. Petty Officer First Class William Klatfelter. Petty Officer First Class Chase Frescona. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Donovan Kolb from Downers Grove, Illinois. Division 206. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Michelle Dojan. Petty Officer First Class Christopher Johnson. Petty Officer First Class Jared Kettleman. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Donald Mitchell from Memphis, Tennessee. Division 207. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer David Bross. Petty Officer First Class Aaron Doan. Petty Officer Second Class Kevin Reyes. And the recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Jack Anist from Huntington Station, New York. Division 208. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Don Fields. Petty Officer Second Class Othniel Campbell. Petty Officer Second Class Brittany Spro. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Mitchell Martin from Panama City Beach, Florida. Division 928. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Joseph Christensen. Petty Officer First Class Patrick Holmes. Petty Officer Second Class Swin Erickson. And their recruit chief petty officer, Seaman Samson Ambrose Kahabai from Honolulu, Hawaii. On behalf of the commanding officer and staff of Recruit Training Command, we congratulate these division commanders and recruit chief petty officers on a job well done. In a moment, you will see the ceremonial side boys, bosun, and honor guard take their places for arrival honors. This time-honored tradition is our formal greeting to this morning's reviewing officer. When requested by the announcer, please stand for the arrival honors, marching out of the colors, national anthem, and the invocation. As a reminder, military guests shall remain covered throughout the entire graduation ceremony. And ladies and gentlemen, one final note. As befitting the importance of this occasion, our ceremony is conducted in a formal manner. However, we do encourage you to participate in today's graduation ceremony by letting your applause show your sailors just how proud of them you are. Once again, welcome aboard.
Divisions. Attention.
Will the guests please rise and remain standing for the arrival of the official party? Recruit Training Command arriving.
Order. Arms.
Naval Service Training Command arriving.
Order. Arms.
Director, Navy Staff arriving. Our guests may be seated.
Good morning, ma'am. Honor guard, standing by for inspection, ma'am. Inspection off.
color guard. Parade the colors.
Will the guests please rise? Present arms.
Order, arms. Retire the colors.
Present arms. Order arms. Chaplain Keller will offer this morning's invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we join together today to celebrate the accomplishment of these sailors having completed Navy recruit training. We know success was earned by these sailors, not given. And yet we also know that there were many here who were involved in helping them along the way. For the RDCs who worked long hours and sacrificed greatly, we ask that you would give them rest in coming days. For the others here at recruit training who poured time and knowledge into these sailors, give them the strength to carry on day to day. For the families, many of whom are here today, who supported their sailor through this journey, we ask that you would encourage them with this graduation. And finally, God, would you from this moment on be with these sailors, helping them to act honorably in the challenges of life, courageously when temptations arise, and committed to constantly improving, not just individually, but one another as well. Amen.
Its own appointed
guests may be seated. At this point, the commanding officer would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Then, the unit commanders would face about and relay the information to their divisions. Today's events show how orders are passed through the chain of command.
Divisions! Report! Very well.
Division 206, all personnel accounted for, sir.
Very well.
Division 207, all personnel accounted for, sir.
Very well.
Division 208, all personnel accounted for, sir.
Very well.
Division 928, all personnel accounted for, sir.
Very well. All divisions present or accounted for, sir. Very well. The sailors creed.
Good morning, Captain. I present the graduating divisions. Request permission to commence the review. Aye, aye, sir.
Seats, please.
Parade! Rest!
Sound off.
colors racing through. But stand we all in navy blue. Serve the red, the white, the blue. America, we are you. America.
Award winners. Left or right, face. Award winners reporting, sir.
Very well. Good morning. I'm Captain Eric Thors, Commanding Officer, Recruit Training Command. And before we go any further, I think there's a lot of energy that might be pent up amongst the family members here. So we're going to give you an opportunity to let it out on the count of 3. Don't beat me to the punch. You're going to be allowed to yell, scream, stomp, do whatever you got to do, and then we'll get back to the military side of doing business here. All right, so on 3. 1, 2, 3, let it go. Well done. That is a proper way to show these new sailors how much we love them. I welcome you to this morning's recruit graduation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where our Navy heritage meets the future and where these young men and women enter the profession of arms. Division 928 graduates today. They are the staff unit providing arrival honors staff, honor guard, recruit review commander, adjutant, and support for the ceremony. Please join me in giving them a hand for their outstanding performances. Welcome to our reviewing officer, Ms. Stephanie Easter, Director, Navy Staff, Office of the Chief of Naval Operations. Rear Admiral Milton Sands III, Commander, Naval Service Training Command. Our guest of honor, Master Chief Richard James Jr., Naval Operations Command Master Chief. And our special guest, Mr. Brett Reisted, National Commander, American Legion. I would also like to welcome the veterans in our audience for their service to our country. Would our veterans please stand? I am pleased to welcome the families and friends of these graduates who have come here today to share in this significant milestone with our newest sailors. The men and women of Recruit Training Command are dedicated to providing the United States Navy basically trained, physically fit, and sharply disciplined sailors like those whom you see before you. They and others like them serve as the bedrock of our naval forces. They give our Navy its combat edge, and they enable to help us keep this nation secure. These sailors have successfully completed 8 weeks of demanding recruit training. They have recently demonstrated
Recruit Training Command's competitive system among individual recruits and divisions promotes teamwork, attention to detail, and pride in accomplishment. Divisions performing above standards throughout their training are awarded recognition flags in the 5 mission areas: academic achievement, military drill, compartment readiness, applications, and physical fitness. These flags are carried as a visible symbol of the division's success. Each flag indicates that your sailors, individually and as teams, met performance standards in one or more mission areas.
Parade! Rest!
Miss Easter will now present this week's individual awards, and she will be joined on the drill deck by our commanding officer, Captain Thors, Naval Service Training Command's Rear Admiral Sands, our guest of honor, Command Master Chief James, and today's special guest, Mr. Reistad. For achieving the highest overall academic score during recruit training, Seaman Alexandra Fischler, Division 205 from Pompton Plains, New Jersey, has earned the Academic Excellence Award, which is sponsored by the Lake Defiance chapter of the Illinois Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. Seaman Richler receives a letter of commendation from the commanding officer. Well done, sailor! For having displayed extraordinary qualities best expressing the American spirit of honor, initiative, and loyalty, Fireman Samson Ambrose Kahavai from Division 928 from Honolulu, Hawaii, is awarded the Navy League Award, which is sponsored by the Navy League of the United States. Fireman Ambrose Kahavai is presented with a commemorative plaque and a letter of commendation from the commanding officer. Well done, sailor! Constructionman Samuel McCrocklin, Division 208 from Marble Falls, Texas, is the winner of the United Service Organization Award for best exemplifying the spirit and intent of the word shipmate. Constructionman McCrocklin is given a commemorative plaque from the United Service Organization. Well done, sailor! Fireman Bianca Morrow, Division 206 from Stanwood, Michigan, is the recipient of the Military Order of the World Wars Award of Merit. This award is presented for meritorious performance during recruit training. Fireman Morrow is presented with a commemorative plaque from the Military Order of the World Wars. Well done, sailor! The Military Officers Association Leadership Award is presented to Seaman Lane McAdams, Division 208 from Colorado Springs, Colorado, for demonstrating exceptional tenacity and professionalism. Seaman McAdams is awarded a letter of commendation from our commanding officer. Well done, sailor! Fireman Isaiah Duenas, Division 206 from San Diego, California, is the recipient of the Navy Club of the United States of America Military Excellence Award for best exemplifying the qualities of enthusiasm, devotion to duty, military bearing, and teamwork. This award places him at the pinnacle of today's newest sailors. He is awarded a flag letter of commendation. Fireman Duenas, the staff of Recruit Training Command salutes you as the finest of this group of graduates. Well done, sailor.
Divisions! Attention!
It is appropriate to recognize such outstanding individual accomplishments by these sailors with a round of 3 cheers. The adjutant will lead all graduating divisions in 3 cheers for this morning's award winners.
Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
I have the distinct pleasure this morning of introducing our reviewing officer, Miss Stephanie Easter. As Director, Navy Staff, Office of the Chief of Naval Operations, she serves as the Senior Chief of Naval Operations Civilian and coordinates enterprise-level efforts across the entire OPNAV staff. She holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical Engineering from North Carolina State University and a Master of Science degree in Engineering from the Catholic University of America. Ms. Easter has served as Acting Assistant Secretary and Principal Deputy of the Army for Acquisition, Logistics, and Technology. Executive Director, F-35 Lightning II, Joint Program Office. Assistant Deputy Chief of Naval Operations for Manpower, Personnel, Training, and Education. Assistant Commander for Acquisition for Naval Air Systems Command. Deputy Program Executive Officer for Tactical Aircraft Programs. She was appointed to the Senior Executive Service in December 2002 and has served for more than 30 years of federal service. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm Recruit Training Command welcome to Ms. Stephanie Easter.
Good morning. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here today to welcome this newest set of sailors into the finest Navy in the world. For over a century, Naval Station Great Lakes has been transforming civilians into sailors. The program here has been and continues to be very demanding, often requiring of recruits more than I think that they even thought they could ever provide. The recruit division commanders, the instructors, the staff at RTC have the challenging yet honorable task of shaping these recruits into highly skilled sailors. And that is not an easy job. So I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank all of the staff for their support and dedication. To the family and friends that are here today, thank you so much for everything that you continue to do for your sailors. You have laid the foundation that the staff here at RTC has built upon to produce the men and women that stand before us today. You have poured into them an ethic of hard work and given them a desire and helped them to develop their desire to serve our country. Thank you for your continued support. And I also welcome you into the United States Navy's family. Thank you, family and friends. Now to our sailors. I'll start by saying congratulations. You have passed Battle Stations 21, and you have proven yourself worthy to wear the uniform that is viewed as a source of freedom around the world. You should be proud of that, but you must also remain humble, and you must remain focused. The environment that you're about to go into is a challenging one. Our adversaries are more capable than they've ever been before. There are real threats and perceived threats all around us. I know because I'm briefed on them every day in the Pentagon. So I ask 3 things of you. Number 1, I ask you to bring your A game every day to everything that you do. Continually strive for excellence and nothing less. Number 2, I don't want you to just recite and know the Navy core values. I want you to live them. You will find yourselves in situations throughout your career where you will need to basically understand that they are the foundation on which you are standing. So live those core values of honor, courage, and commitment. And lastly, I need for you to be ready. Whether you serve ashore, at sea, under the sea, or in the air, you must be ready at all times. These are challenging times that you're stepping into. And I don't know what lies ahead for you or for our nation. But there is one thing that I do know, that each and every one of you standing here today are prepared and positioned for success. You are ready to take on any challenge that is put before you, and you are warrior tough. So I and a grateful nation can sleep well at night, knowing that you are joining us as a part of the finest Navy in the world, and that you're committed to standing the watch and defending and protecting the United States of America and the freedoms that we enjoy. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Miss Easter will now receive the salute of the graduating divisions, and she will be joined on the drill deck by our commanding officer, Captain Thors. Please remain seated until your graduates have been placed on liberty. Please join me in one more round of appreciation for our wonderful musicians of Navy Band Great Lakes. Flags. Post. Section leaders, fall out and retrieve outer garments. Midway Ceremonial Drill Hall will be closing at the conclusion of today's graduation. Please check the area around you to ensure you have all your possessions. For those families with strollers, please retrieve them as you exit the drill hall. Divisions are reminded to be in full, proper uniform of the day prior to exiting the drill hall. Thanks again to each and every one of you for joining us on this most memorable of Navy Days. And without further delay, now hear this, Liberty call, fall out.